Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Our Last Brain Cells podcast. I am your host, Aiden, and we are back with only your crippled co-host, Allyson. We apologize for not having a guest again this time. We were supposed to have, obviously, if you listen to the third episode, Dillinger, and they were supposed to have him this week, but Dillinger has the brain size of a walnut and is the worst at planning things.
The equivalent to Michaela.
Don't throw shade at Michaela. Dillinger is like the actual worst at planning. Oh my lord. His excuses, he said maybe.
He told me it's stressful before. That planning is stressful to him. And he doesn't want to plan.
Well, that's why I was planning it.
I know.
I'm gonna plan something. No, I'm tired. So my energy today is going to be sucky. What have you been doing since our last episode, Allison, which was like Monday?
Was it Monday?
It was Monday because it was the day we had off.
So I've been missing physical therapy. I've been dying.
Why are you missing physical therapy?
I missed this week because Mom forgot it existed Tuesday after I asked her as she was half passed out. Mom, do we have a physical therapy appointment today?
No, I'll go back to sleep.
So that would happen. And then the next one was I felt like crap. I was dying. My spine was hurting like when I was little and broke down in mire because of it. So that was a fun time. Muscle spasms. And when I have an ear infection, immune system is just great and my brain can't handle it. So I die entirely.
Dang.
Yeah.
I just haven't been able to sleep, which I talked about for, I think it was in episode 2 and 3. My solution is I got a heavier weighted blanket. I got, what are they called? The little machines that you put essential oils in.
Yep.
I don't know what they're called.
Infused.
Something with a fuse. But I got lavender for it, and I put it in every night. It's helping a little bit, but still, I'm still tired. Do not touch my feet.
Stop kicking your feet.
I can kick if I want to kick my feet.
Ooh.
Well, yeah, but there's nothing really going on for me besides what's happened this week at school. But that's some of our topics. So let's start to get into that. Let's talk about some snow days real quick.
We had our first snow day this week, guys.
On Tuesday, when there was like no snow or ice and we literally could have gone to school, there was no reason for them to cancel.
But the reason that really is because Frankenmuth canceled that snow day. I'm pretty sure it was also for no reason.
Probably. Yeah, anytime there's a chance of a snow day, we never get it unless Frankenmuth does it.
Oh, our superintendent does not do snow days. And if you think about it, it's entirely competition with Frankenmuth because every time we've had a snow day, Frankenmuth has to have a snow day.
Frankenmuth competition is always pushed in the school. Like, anytime we're in a sports team in Frankenmuth, it's always encouraged to beat their butts. Like, one time they came to our home track meet, and, like, we got told, like, multiple times, like, kick their butts.
You can't lose.
We're in so much our track team did beat them to the ground. I was faster than literally everyone in during that race, but that's just me. I don't remember if we exactly won or not because it was like 8th grade.
If you think about it, though, like, we're just kind of a copy of Frankenmuth.
Well, I think we have a better education system, I think, because they're more privileged. That's why. It's because we have, like, almost, I think we have a little bit better education, but we're not as privileged and stuck up as them. So I think that's really why we're competition. The way my, I don't remember his name, but pal I have in history, the way he put it when we were working on a group presentation is that Dave Bush is a puppet. He's a puppet. He doesn't have his own voice. He doesn't use his own voice. He's a puppet to everybody else. So when Frankenmuth isn't closing, they're not closing. But when we keep complaining about snow days, he's going to give us what we want, but not when we actually want it. Like, there was multiple days where it was super icy. Some people, like, were in ditches. I know either their truck or a van crashed into a lamppost. We still had school. They didn't call it up early.
I drove down the main road to school, and there was about 3 cars down in the ditch, and there was two power lines down. One out this way by where Bailey lives, the one with the U, and then out Birch Run, somewhere past there. I think there was one out.
Yeah, it was necessary for them to cancel school because the roads and all the environment became a danger to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And they just didn't cancel it at all.
Yeah.
Which is super annoying because we needed it. We haven't had a snow day. Our first snow day was Tuesday, where we walked outside. When my dad went to go shovel the driveway or whatever, because still need to shovel it. There was nothing. I looked outside. There was no snow. I was wondering why we had a snow day.
Yeah. The week before we recorded episode 3, Dylan sat down with me, Logan, and Hunter at our table at lunch, and we were talking, and he mentioned that somebody that he knew sent an angry email to the superintendent, a straight up argument essay on why we should have had a snow day. It was we're sitting there watching this entire snow blizzard wreak havoc in the court.
Dude, I was in history in the morning, and we were in the library, and we could see there was a blizzard outside. You could barely see outside.
With that too, and all the snow blowing off of the roof. I was walking out of the lunch line past the stage, and it looked like there was about to be a tornado too. It was spiraling. It was crazy.
Jesus, dude. I am happy that it's getting warmer though.
Yeah, but now we just have snow days that didn't get used for no reason.
I can't complain about the snow day we got though. I got to hang out with Parker, and it was actually a really nice day. I don't remember what we did. We just hung out, and it was nice.
I don't remember that day.
I remember it because it was nice.
Yeah, you did something.
I can't really complain, but it's still annoying that we got it when it was so unnecessary. Mm-hmm. And everyone made memes about it. There are memes all over the place.
I was in the process of making one, but I forgot what I was doing.
Yeah, a bunch of angry students just bombarded social medias with memes.
You can't tell me they're not good memes because they're pretty good.
They are funny. They are funny.
There are more memes. I've found some ones in the deep world of Bertrand.
Yeah, they were being reposted all over Snapchat, all over Instagram. If you haven't seen them, then you must not even use a phone
or any technology
or anything. You must be special. You might be a little bit special. Because they're all over the place, and I think it's funny. I feel kind of bad that we're all criticizing it on social media because it's been happening a lot. Everyone's been criticizing all the principals and everything. We haven't talked about it on the podcast, but a while ago when the whole hoodie thing was, anyone listening who's from our school knows they started enforcing more PDA rules, which is reasonable because it's still a school, and then having hoods on, and everyone went wild. I don't know if I still have the screenshot, but basically the title of it was Bertrand Penitentiary or whatever, and some girl who graduated here said that they were turning the school into hell for all the kids because they couldn't wear hoods or kiss in front of Mr. Malzoff and stuff. And she or he said that Mr. Malzoff is just mad that he looks 14, and he's sad because his wife won't even hold his hand. That's so really unnecessary.
Yeah, that's so just out of it. The reason why he's doing all this is because he's the person who has to enforce everything.
Yeah, he probably didn't even want to talk about it. He's the guy who has to spread the message. It was probably Berkmeyer made the announcement, and everyone was so upset about it that Mr. Berkmeyer came over the PA days later and said that not because our school slogan is one school, one family. And he said that family gets into fights and new rules have to be enforced, and they're not always going to like it, but we have to stay strong and
I remember at the end of it, he said something really stupid, though, and it made everybody mad.
Yeah, I just started laughing. Mr. Martis even said there's nothing we can really do. I agree with some of the rules because he was talking about the science between how friends need to hug each other and people need hugs. He was like, I agree with that, but there's not much we can really do. It's their decision. But rumors started getting spread, and then people I love you, Michaela, but Michaela bought into one of them. I think she still does that. They were going to ban leggings. They're not going to ban leggings.
Yeah, they can't do that. They can't have some kids and change their entire wardrobe.
And they can't just announce it over the PA. They have to actually change that in the rule book and the school code. They actually have to change, hey, no leggings. They can't just be all right, you wear leggings tomorrow.
you out.
But like those were already rules, and then people started doing it more. It's like
so they have to enforce those rules.
Have you ever like a parent has a rule and they stop enforcing it as much, so you keep breaking it, and then they start enforcing it, and then you get mad?
Yeah.
That's basically what happened. Like for me, sometimes when I want a soda, I will take one of my dad's or not. And sometimes he'll get really strict about it. Other times he just won't talk to me about it. And I'm like, hey. But it's just people getting upset because they can't do what they want. And then the next day, people went in and wore hoods and everything, and they got lunch detention. They're all mad because they got the lunch detention. It's like, he said that you were going to get a lunch detention. I mean, he's being carefully calm and giving you one lunch detention, when usually if you get a detention for something, it's supposed to be 2. You just have to spend 1 lunch detention because you decided to be an angsty little teen.
And go against the rules.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Yeah.
And another stupid rumor that people bought into was ripped jeans. That people were going to ban ripped jeans along with leggings.
I thought that was just one entire rumor itself.
No, it was leggings, and then it was ripped jeans. Because they wanted to take it to the extreme. They wanted to make it seem like it was worse than it was, and then people started buying into it. I know manipulative theories. I know how people get in other people's heads. The tactic that whoever was spreading those rumors was to make everyone think that it was true, so they'd be more angrier, and then they'd fight.
So then they'd fight.
Yeah, and then they'd fight it. Everyone would fight it harder and try to break the rules harder, so they'd be able to wear their hoods in class. And it's mostly just, those annoying sporty boys who aren't actually really that sporty.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're not the best on their team or whatever. Like for example, there's a lot of the annoying sporty privileged boys who are on my track team, and I'm better than all of them. And it makes me laugh because anytime I'm in a race with them, they say, good luck, you're going to need it. And then I leave them in the dust, and they're all salty with me. But it was them who would wear their hoods over in class, and they get yelled at, and then they'd take it off 10 minutes later, they'd have it back on, and then they'd walk in with it the next day. And even though it's a rule, it's been a rule in elementary school, it's been a rule in middle school.
It's always been a rule since pretty much.
And there's literally no excuse for it, especially in the high school, because at least in the middle school and the elementary school, it's not as nice as a building. So, like maybe, my head's cold. You could have an excuse, but at this school, it is so, they have it way too heated.
No, it's either too hot in one's room
or too cold.
Or way too cold.
Like, when it's negative 10 degrees outside, it is 90 degrees in Mr. Martis's room.
Or like it'll be negative 10 degrees outside.
This is kind of gross. But
it'll be like 30 degrees in Mr. Peters, and then if you go down the hall, it's like 100.
Yeah, this is kind of gross, but there's been multiple occasions where my armpits just sweat like crazy. And I have to make sure they don't get my t-shirt pit stains.
I don't know if it's hot in the band room but we have like our own heating in there and stuff. So I don't know if it's the band room itself or it's just because I was sick this week. But every time I'm about to play my trumpet and I'll play like the first few measures or something, I'll just start sweating and it'll be bad. And like I need to stop so I can breathe. So I don't know if it's just me because I'm sick or if it's.
That's probably because you're sick. Because has it been like that all the time? Or was it just that week?
It's like that every now and then though, too. But it was really bad this week.
Because there's also a heater right outside the doors. Like, and that's like right by the band room, so that's probably why they started heating that more.
Yeah, but I'm on the opposite side of the entire band room because I'm a trumpet.
Well, they have to turn up the heat higher in order to heat the room, and then they don't turn it off.
You're right.
Like, I've asked multiple teachers, like, hey, is there any way we can turn the heat down? Like, I'm going to die.
Like, teachers will try and ask, but they ask and they don't.
I don't think. What else happened at school this week? What happened yesterday?
Snow coming.
Who in this room didn't go?
Me.
Who in this room sucks?
Me.
Facts. Well, I'll talk about snow coming because I went. Snow coming sucked.
I was told a lot of people had fun and a lot of people didn't.
Here's what happened is we all had fun because we made it fun. Mr. Malzoff and Mr. Brookmeyer made it really unfun. Like, there was a bunch of songs, like,
I was told it was mostly country.
It was mostly country and just, like, instrumentals. With, like, you know, like, I don't know, like, country, like, you know, the Western, like, beats, or, like, the beats in the back of country songs that are upbeat. It was just that without any lyrics, too.
I was told there was one swearing song, and Mr. Berkmeyer got really
mad.
There was
multiple swearing songs, but there was one where everyone was screaming the swear words louder, and he went and changed it. He told the DJ to change it. It was at the beginning, and then someone screamed, "A-hole!" at Mr. Berkmeyer, but didn't just say "a-hole." And then he told everyone to watch their mouth, and for about 10-20 minutes, there was no, maybe even half an hour, there was no songs with a single bad word in it. They ended up giving up on everything, but this time they had more security. There's some things I approve of and some things I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think they're sucking the fun out of it with, like, gating off areas and stuff.
Well, they don't want the whole school open to everybody.
No, like you know how the corners and everything was open too, and the outside, the doors to the outside were shut.
Well,
and
it's
then
because
all
it's
the things.
Winter.
It doesn't matter. It's not that cold out anymore. Like, I walked out today in a t-shirt, but they gated off, like, every area. Anytime you walked to the vending machines, like, outside, they'd stop you and ask you where you were going. Like,
I went to go buy
I went to go buy a Mountain Dew Code Red. I had cash in my hands. And Mr. Not Berkmeyer, Molotov saw me. He was like, "Where you headed off to, my man?" I'm like, "Just to get a Code Red." And he followed me until I stopped at the freaking vending machine and then walked away.
Well, that's Molotov too, because he'll just do that to everybody he thinks is suspicious. Even me.
Yo, what am I gonna do? There is a good thing they did. Did you hear the thing that people got money stolen from them last time? That some dude stole money from people?
No.
You didn't hear that? Well, this time, you know the teacher's conference room, like, in that hallway with the trophy rooms?
Yeah.
Yeah. What happened is everyone put their bags in there at the beginning, like their purses and everything, and then they locked it. And then if you need Mr. Berkmeyer or a teacher out there, there'd always be some teacher out there with the key. And then if you needed it, they'd unlock it. And then they'd sit in there and watch and see what you did. That's nice. That's better. Which is nice. Yeah, that was nice.
Because everybody, me and a bunch of other girls, because we were outside on the window too, because we would always, there was like a group of people always around the purses making sure no one was taking their stuff or their shoes or something.
Yeah.
That was being tampered with. Because, like, I think I covered my purse with your jacket.
Yeah, that's what we did. We just put our stuff in a thing and then covered it with my jacket. It got hot again this time. I took off my dress shirt and then I took off my tie and tied it to my head.
I was told someone showed up in pajamas and just a bunch of people just showed up in normal clothes.
Yeah, 3 people had hoodies and jeans on. Someone had pajamas. And one thing I do respect, there was a group of boys who all had, I think they were jeans or dress pants and, like, a cowboy buckle, a white nice dress shirt, and a cowboy hat.
Dude, I had bets that was going to happen.
And it was perfect, too, because then they started playing country music to punish us. And then there was cowboys, so they were just down getting funky. I want to do that next time.
Speaking of down getting funky, I was told Leighton was hitting it up.
Yeah, it was me and Leighton who were keeping the party active. Like, at 9:39, basically everybody dipped. The dances does until 10. Mostly everyone by 8:39, and then 9:30, everyone dipped. There was nobody left.
I was told a lot of people just dipped though because they were hungry, just super bored.
Yeah, it wasn't as fun this time because there was nothing to have fun. If you didn't make it fun for yourself, then it wasn't fun. I got lucky. Me and Parker got lucky, and we made it fun.
Yeah.
It's just they policed it too much. They policed it way too much. They all started to give up. People started grinding on each other again and stuff like that. Mr. Malzoff just gave up. Mr. Berkmeyer, everyone was screaming curse words. He walked by. We could see his fists clench. He was so upset, and he just gave up. And then they started playing the rap songs again and didn't change it when we screamed the curse words.
If they just gave up, they should have just went out dancing. I think if they went out dancing, everybody would be like, yo, they're actually really cool. Maybe don't mess with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just lame. They're super lame.
Be a Mr. B. Hang out with the kids. Have fun.
Mr. Preston was cooler than they are.
Mr. Preston is great.
I loved Mr. Preston. Mr. Preston was actually pretty cool.
I would talk to Mr. Preston before our concerts and stuff because I'd walk up to see what the small kids are gonna play and all that jazz. Mm-hmm. And he would talk to me about band and stuff because he was actually interested in it. It was cool.
Dude, Mr. Preston started 7th and 8th. He started to just know me. He'd just talk to me. Like anytime I walk to my car, you know how he usually stands out there. He just fist bump.
Nice.
Always. I got the.
There are so many teachers I want to give the cripple pass.
What cripple pass? What's a cripple pass?
They just get to call me cripple and make a joke.
No one's gonna call me that. They get fired.
Yeah, but Mr. Peters, man.
They get fired.
Mr. Peters already makes a bunch of names for everybody.
Yeah, but calling you cripple?
Yeah, but only in his classroom.
Yeah, but technically it's offensive, and they could get fired for that, and they don't want.
Yeah, but giving kids nicknames too is also offensive.
Is it?
And like nicknames, because some can hurt kids. He comes up with nicknames that are targeted at you.
Yeah, well, Mr. Knoll does that too, but yeah, Mr. Knoll could have got fired for the whole Shirley being a smoker thing. If she cared, she could have
cared enough.
Mr. Knoll's great.
He is great.
Oh, I'm tired. I turned off the phone. I turned off the script. Help me.
Here.
Help me.
You open the camera. You are on a roll.
Snowcoming was super fun though. I couldn't say I didn't have fun. Me and Parker were going to go to dinner after. We were supposed to go to dinner.
You guys went to.
We were supposed to go to dinner beforehand, but Mom forgot about that, so we just went after, and then we took Sydney and Alex with us, and we took Dillinger and Emily. Dillinger was mad because we didn't go to Uno's, which we honestly should have went to Uno's
because they had the half-off.
They had half-off appetizers and all that.
Me and Jordan were talking about that. Should have gone.
Do you know why I 100% think we should have went there now?
Why?
Once I saw the check for just me and Parker, $36.40
at Leo's.
At Leo's, $36.40. I got 7 chicken wings, some marinara sauce, and some onion rings. She got strawberry pancakes, Texas toast, and mozzie sticks. And then I got a hot fudge sundae. Then we got drinks. That was like $36. Like Parker's mom we split it into 4. Parker's mom handed me mine. I physically recoiled when I saw it. That was like all the money I had. Dang. It was like $40 on me, and I almost couldn't afford it. Alexis said that her and Faith were only like $20 at Uno's for pizza and appetizers.
Nice.
We should have went to freaking Uno's, and because I didn't know that Leo's, I don't think any of us knew that, but Leo's closes at 10, and we left early at like 9:30, 9:32. Mm-hmm. So we didn't leave the restaurant till like 10:30. And I feel super bad about that now that I know that we should have went to Uno's, but there's nothing we could have did. We didn't know.
Personally, me, I don't like Leo's food.
You don't?
No.
How much of the food have you had?
I've had quite a bit of their food. I just don't like it.
Do you like diners?
Yeah, I usually like diners.
Then what the hell is your problem?
I just don't like their food.
Why?
I don't know.
It's casual diner food. What have you eaten? What have you eaten there?
Like, I have the memory to know that.
Do you eat only fried food?
No, I have eaten fried food there. I don't like that either.
Have you tried their chicken wings?
Mm-hmm.
Have you tried their grilled cheese and soup?
I don't eat grilled cheeses.
Why not?
Because
aren't you? Because you're lactose. Have you tried their chicken noodle soup?
Yeah, that's all right.
I was about to say, I was about to press stop recording if you said this podcast episode would have been titled "Allison Kicked in a Podcast?" Maybe I'm just fat.
Maybe you're about to eat a whole thing of Hershey syrup.
Shut up. Shut up.
I hope your tongue is dyed brown.
Shut up. They didn't need to know that.
Too bad they don't know.
I hate you. Don't make a comment about me drinking pop now. You filthy garbage bag. That's right. Shut up. I think you should have went to Snowcoming. You can't even use the cripple excuse because you hurt your ankle during the summer and homecoming was in like late September.
Yeah, but I was having back problems all day and muscle spasms in my leg.
Well, last time you literally just sat the entire time.
At homecoming?
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you mostly sat outside.
I was hanging out outside the entire time.
Simping.
I was able to. Yeah.
Landon was simping for you. Landon was simping.
But
I know Landon's gonna listen to this because he told me today he just finished up episode 3 and I was like, I'm gonna go record. Landon was simping. Landon was simping for Allison. Straight up.
Nah.
He was. You can't deny it. You know he was. He was straight simping for you.
Nah.
You can't even deny it. You know he was. He was straight. I know your dad listens to this. Mr.
He's gonna make fun of me for this.
Mr. Miller, like in September, a friend of ours, Lyndon Billmeyer.
We just straight up call him out full name.
They're not straight. They weren't straight. They're not really friends. They weren't really friends. But
we were friends.
Kind of, not really. They were. He was simping. He was simping for Allison. Does your dad know what simping means?
No, he does not.
Simping means he was going after her, even though he knew he had no chance dating her. He was.
He
simping.
still knows he has no chance.
He was simping. He was straight up simping.
He did nothing at homecoming. He was dating Eve at that time and just hung out with her.
And he was still simping after you.
How? Yeah, just because he didn't like Eve the whole time.
When he dated Eve, I don't.
But let's not talk about that subject.
Yeah, I was about to That's unfortunate for both of them.
It is.
Let's just say that was unfortunate for the both of them.
Oh, I feel so bad for Eve.
Mostly Eve.
So bad.
Mostly Eve.
I always take the girl's side, especially in this.
Yeah, basically, Lynn's a simp.
A terrible one at it.
A garbage simp. A smelly simp. His hygiene does not exist. And I'm going to go join a party with him once I go home and play GTA. I'm going to tell him, we said you're a simp on the podcast, you stupid simp. Lynn's a simp. Xander was simping too at homecoming. Xander
wasn't even there.
Xander was at homecoming, not snowcoming, but he was at homecoming.
Oh, homecoming, I mean.
Yeah, because he asked Sydney out like 5 times to the dance. And like out in general, and
straight up just kept telling him no.
Yeah, and then the entire like dance, he was trying to get a dance with her. He was simping.
He did not give up. That man was striving.
He was like straight simping. Like Landon was just regular simping. He was straight simping.
Xander is the simping that doesn't realize anything.
Yeah, he doesn't even know he's simping.
Like recently, he's been simping, but it's the funny kind of simping.
He's been simping since day one, dude. He's been simping.
Out of the womb, simping.
I like saying the word simping.
Simping.
Sounds like Simpson. Homer.
For some reason, it reminds me of serpent, like a snake.
Maybe because most of the time when you're simping towards someone, you're simping towards, most of the like occasions of people being a simp is they're simping towards a girl who treats them badly, but they still want them. So maybe that's why serpent, like the chick's a snake. I don't know. I'm trying to come up with.
Yeah, but that you just made it sound rude.
Well, that's what a lot of the occasions of simping is, where, like, I saw one of them where this dude was just, like, trying to beg his girlfriend to stay, even though she was just taking advantage of him. He was straight simping for this chick.
Sad.
Simps. Man, simps.
You're gonna get so mad at that stupid game you're playing.
I'm not. I'm great at Punch-Out! Shut up!
Yeah, and then you're gonna get mad and throw your controller.
Shut up.
All
Jesus, shut your mouth.
That's what's on the list. Oh, my...
Break the third wall? I don't think we were done talking about snow coming.
You want to keep talking about simping? You talk about simping.
Oh, I said snow coming, but okay.
Oh, I thought you said simping.
Michaela didn't go.
I didn't go.
Aww.
And Olivia didn't go.
Olivia is reasonable why she didn't go.
Well,
because she doesn't like dances because it's a big crowd and she doesn't like dancing, so...
Why would she neither do I. That's what I did. Hung out outside of the courtyard with everybody.
Yeah, but I don't think she's good with big crowds. And me and Parker, she'd probably tried to hang out with me and Parker the entire time.
And she'd probably just stand there while y'all are dancing.
Yeah, she'd probably try to hang out with me and Parker the whole time, which we'd be fine with. But me and Parker most of the time are at the front or in the group of people just dancing and jumping and stuff.
Well, at the same time, too, I can't really dance much.
Because you are crippled.
I'm scared.
You don't have to, you can just...
Yeah, I know. I can do that.
You can just funky. You don't have to move your legs much.
I would have to stand on them for...
Yeah, I will. God forbid you have to do something else.
Oh, God forbid I have to stand. Not like it's painful or anything.
Your favorite crippled co-host, everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, you want to talk about your LSD trip?
So my mom booked a planetarium thing, which is usually about stars and planets and all that fun things, which she thought I would like. Well, this one is called Mesoamerica, and it was at the Delta College Planetarium. And it was something else, because for some reason it was about music, which we didn't know about till we entered the building. And so, like, the entire thing, the music was terrible. It didn't make sense, because here, I have this whole list of things I hated about it. Hold on.
Go on.
But so, yeah, it was kind of like a virtual LSD trip or something, where like fed you several pounds of edibles or just somehow hooked you up on heroin before you entered. Like, it was bad, because all it was just shapes and really loud music and these slightly comfortable chairs tilted at a terrible angle where it's not at the center point.
Was it like a really, really bad rave?
Oh, it was a terrible rave. It was a rave where you had to sit down and the music didn't get quiet, or it was just a steel drum. Kind like not like a banging steel drum, but like a nice
little steel drum.
Not a soldier's steel drum. I'm talking. It's kind of like whatever those drums are called with like the holes in it. That's kind of what it's like. I don't remember what it's called, but yeah, it was also a hypnotizing experience. So you look around and you just see people kind of like fully out of it. So that was great. But yeah, the guy would talk like every 40 minutes. Like, it was only music, and it was terrible. It was bad. The guy was like, I don't know, a really off-brand Bob Ross trying to break into someone's house, or some kind of rapist just whispering in your ear, but really loudly in a monotone voice.
No, Lord. I've only went to a planetarium once during like a school field trip. I don't know.
That was my first planetarium experience. I was really hyped, but I'm really sad now.
I don't like planetariums. I think they're stupid.
I think they're cool.
I just think the one I went to was stupid, because a lot of the planetariums, you expect to just see cool planets, and then it wants to take a spin on it, and then every spin they try to take sucks, like music. And the last time I went, the one I went to was all about cartoon storytelling, so it was about like Martians and stuff.
Yeah.
When I was trying to learn about like planets and stuff, not this green little man who wants to go home to his freaking homeland.
The guy mentioned that they've been experimenting with everything and using it other than just astrological stuff, so more people are interested in that.
Yeah, but it's a planetarium. Why would it not be astrological?
Exactly.
Like, it's so annoying. It's like, it reminds me of when IHOP changed their name to IHOB or whatever, and they went to sell burgers when it's supposed to be the International House of Pancakes. Like, egg burger?
Burger?
Or like when a pizza place sells burgers, like Uno's sells like chicken and stuff. Freaking pizza place. Well, Uno's has an excuse, because it's a bar and grill.
Yeah.
It's Uno's Bar and Grill, but their specialty is pizza. But like, that's like Little Caesars selling burgers. Little Caesar's slogan is literally like pizza. I mean, wings is understandable because it's spicy wings. But if they sold burgers, I'd boycott. I was going to say Goalpost, but Goalpost makes sense because that's just a restaurant.
Goalpost is a restaurant, yeah.
Yeah. I like going to Goalpost because it's so funny being there. Sometimes the guys will treat you nice there. Sometimes they won't.
Yeah.
You gotta roll the dice. You gotta take a chance. Sometimes you'll be the only one who buys something, and you get yelled at for what everyone else is doing, even though you're just sitting there quietly.
Yep. Or you're there and you just have a bunch of people being loud.
The main customers they get are teenagers, and I find it funny because they treat the main customers so badly. Like I
think it's because we're teens.
Yeah, most of the money they get is from teenagers.
Yeah, we spend a lot of money there.
Yeah.
On their video games.
On their video games,
their pizzas.
They're not smoothies, they're milkshakes.
Well, I get frick off.
Their ice cream, their milkshakes, their pizza, their breadsticks. We spend a lot of money there. There was a whole point where no one went to Goalpost that much because Little Caesars did that $5 Monday thing.
Yeah.
So most people on Mondays would go to Little Caesars, and it was funny because Goalpost wasn't even open. And people started to like Little Caesars so much because they're doing nice deals like that, where they just stopped going there for a while, including me. Because it's cheaper. They treat you better. Like, one of the people who work there some days is the sophomore Brendan Maher.
Dude, he's great.
He gave us a free bag of Crazy Bread. Me and Parker. He gave us a free bag of Crazy Bread for no reason.
You're going to get him fired now.
Who at Little Caesars is going to listen to this? And if he gets fired, I'm sorry. I'll find him a new job. I'll help him. But he really didn't have to do that. And most Little Caesars employees do that too. They do. I've gotten free stuff a lot.
Well, here's another thing.
A lot of the reasons is because it's almost like, I'm pretty sure they have a time frame where they have to like sell it. Mm-hmm. And we buy it like little bit past that time frame.
Ones and they would have just thrown them out.
Yeah, that they would have just thrown out, but they were still good food. Mm-hmm. They just have their rules, obviously.
Yeah, like that one time you had us. We all walked down there when I had Duquesne. Mm-hmm. After you guys left, I was sitting there waiting for my mom, right? And these middle schoolers came in, and then this other guy in the back was yelling at these kids that just walked in about someone stealing like 2 liters stuff that from the middle school every day, and it was a 7th grader or something. They thought it was this group of 6th graders.
What?
Yeah, and my sister's boyfriend walked in at the time. It was really funny. I'm pretty sure it was him. I don't remember.
Stealing what? From where?
2 liters from Little Caesars, or just saying that they ordered drinks and they didn't get them. Yeah, it was like a whole case.
I know a group of 6th graders came in and they ordered a 2-liter from the app, and then they just got 3 20 ounces or whatever, the little bottles, which cost more because it's 3 of them. Mm-hmm. And then they got lit up by the people, but they're so nice. But there's so many like kids who go there and they actually like try to like mess with them. I've gotten free stuff so many times just because I'm nice, and it's sometimes just because it's oldish and they need to sell it by a certain time, so they just give it to me for free. I've gotten entire free pizza on multiple occasions, free bag of breadsticks, free Crazy Bread. They're just really cool there.
You're really chill.
Mm-hmm. They don't care when I walk in and I pay with entirely change. There was one time where I paid for like breadsticks with dimes.
Don't you mean quarters?
No.
Didn't you have my quarters that one time for breadsticks?
No, this time was like the last money I had. I had like exactly enough for breadsticks and dimes and a nickel.
Nice.
And she just didn't care. I said, I'm sorry. She's like, it's fine. Take your time. I mean, like, a customer's a customer. And I was like, thank you. Like, they're super nice up there.
Yep.
And it's so unnecessary, but it's great. Goalposts are just mean to us all.
Yeah. Little Caesars needs to deliver.
They do now. They do now.
They do now?
They do now. I know, because remember we tried to get pizza delivered during the one of the games, and it said they didn't deliver, but the times I've walked there, they do now deliver. It was like a Super Bowl commercial, I'm pretty sure. Did you see the sliced bread thing when you went in there? They deliver now. It was a whole Super Bowl commercial, and it was like better than sliced bread thing, and there was a lot of restaurants. Like I know the one in Bertrand had a bunch of laminated like pictures of pieces of bread spread across the floor for the whole ad, that it was like better than sliced bread, and it's because they were delivering now, which is epic.
It was really stupid because over the weekend I was at my grandma's. We went to order Jimmy John's the day I was going to leave, because I was just going to order it myself and send my grandma, or my older sister ordered it for me, and I would just pay when they got there. And so they apparently had the wrong address every other time, so they would just go up to her house. Well, they only go out the Canada Road, which is literally 3 houses away from the road, like a road that you would turn on. And it was like 30 seconds longer than 5 minutes, and they wouldn't do it.
Wow. Isn't Jimmy John's supposed to be their ad that it's super fast?
Yeah.
And plus,
and every other time, it's taken them 10, 12 minutes for them to do it. It's stupid.
I think going by a road is stupid. I think they should go by town.
Yeah, only in Bertrand, because Bertrand's not that big.
Yeah, and like I know Hungry Howie's in Clio will deliver to anywhere in Clio.
I think, yeah, Goalpost used to deliver to my house, and I'm like 15 minutes away.
I think they still do.
No, they don't anymore.
They don't?
Yeah, and I think Hungry Howie's, no, they didn't. I don't think so.
Goalpost is always my house, but I'm on Canada Way. But that's like across the street from your grandma's house. Like, I don't understand.
Across the highway, yeah.
Basically, but it's technically.
It's stupid.
Yeah, people are dumb.
Jimmy John's might go to your house. I don't know.
Who likes Jimmy John's?
Me. I like Jimmy John's. I don't like Subway. Their food hurts my stomach. Michaela told me off for that too. I'm like, after the.
What'd she tell you off for?
She went home with me one of the days or something, and I'm like, "You want Jimmy John's?" She looked at me and said, "No." Who likes Jimmy John's? It's disgusting gourmet.
I just don't like all the fancy sandwiches. I don't feel like going to Jimmy John's to get like a normal like 3-thing in the middle sandwich. Like,
no,
I feel like Subway and Jimmy John's is more for the really complicated sandwiches that you don't want to make at home. But the sandwich, I don't like really overcomplicated sandwiches. Like, I'll have like a bacon sandwich or something like.
Yeah, because then you feel annoying for ordering a bunch of stuff on a sandwich.
I think they feel like that's what they're there for. I feel like ordering the small sandwiches sucks. Like, you don't go to a restaurant and you're going to pay so much money for like a sandwich that's got like bacon and lettuce on it, and that's it. When you could get that for like so much cheaper at like a Meijer.
Yeah.
When did we start talking about Jimmy John's?
We were talking about delivery food, and I mentioned that they didn't.
We started talking about goalposts and stuff. Hungry Howie's was great because I know.
Hungry Howie's is the best.
Years ago, I had a friend named Dominic, not Dominic Hernandez. No one knows this Dominic. He lived in Clio, and he's family friend. Technically, my cousin knows his mother, and that's how we became friends. When I went over to his house, we'd always order Hungry Howie's, and he's like far on the outskirts of Clio, and yet they'd still order. They'd still bring it to us.
Nice. I think they might have. I don't know if they delivered or not to my house at one point.
Cha-ching.
I don't know why we don't go to Hungry Howie's anymore. They were so good. We would have get food there constantly. Every night was Hungry Howie's.
Speaking of Hungry Howie's, hold on. Keep talking.
Oh, well, yeah. We just order Hungry Howie's a lot, like every week. There might have been like, we would cook a lot too. Which Mom's been cooking a lot more too, which I'm very grateful.
Hi. Huh? What's up? Do you want to tell the podcast what you keep calling the Little Caesars in the town of Bridge Run?
Little C's?
Yeah, what do you always call Little Caesars when we walk there? Where do you say we're going?
I might be glad.
Literally any other pizza place in existence. Hungry Howie's. I said Pizza Hut a few times. I most of the time say Hungry Howie's, right?
Yeah, most of the time you say Hungry Howie's.
That's a disgrace to me. Because Little Caesars food I like.
Little Caesars is great. And then she knows it's great. It just always calls it little, like, Hungry Howie's or something.
I'd call Goalpost something stupid like the football field at least.
I don't understand how your brain could be so small and you couldn't comprehend the place we're walking to, you know?
Like, those are places not even in Bertrand.
Yes, I did call you to make fun of you.
I didn't know what was happening. I'm sorry, Parker.
I love you.
Love you too.
Anything else you want to say on the podcast? Anything you want to talk about, like snow coming or anything?
What?
What was that?
You went robot.
You went robot mode.
What?
You turned into a robot. Your mic just died and had a seizure.
She's dumb sometimes.
I was just bragging.
About what?
Having the best boyfriend, but you know.
Shut up. Call you later. Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Love you too.
Okay. Shut up. What? Where's your boyfriend?
Non-existent.
Yeah. Whose hand did you not hold yet after dating for an entire year? Ow, do not pinch me.
Do you want the nails that don't have nail polish?
Was that supposed to null it?
Yeah, the nail polish kind of like caps it off a little bit.
It's worse.
I know. You said do it.
You lied to me.
What?
I said, is that going to be worse? And you said
yeah.
no.
I said, yeah, because the nail polish dulls it off. So I used the other one that didn't have nail polish to show you, like I'm doing currently.
This is painful.
Your punches don't hurt.
That's because I want to hurt your face. Don't kick me. That's rude. Let me take your sock off.
No, don't take my brace off.
Give me the brace.
No.
Give me the brace.
Mine. No.
You win this round. Let me smack you in the face.
All right.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Thank you. That was a solid smack.
It didn't hurt.
Probably didn't. I like how I called Parker just a teaser on the podcast.
I didn't know what was happening. I just seen Parker's text pull up, and I'm like, okay, I don't know what's happening anymore.
Yeah, it just popped into my mind. Because anytime we walk there, she'd be like, so where do you want to go? Are we still going to Hungry Howie's? And I'm like, I'm not walking all the way to Clio because that's the nearest one. And then you'll take your 10 seconds to realize. Little small brain.
Yeah, it's like saying we're walking all the way to Saginaw.
It's like saying we're going to Walmart when we're going to Meijer. A little special.
Let's go to Kohl's and buy some pizza, guys.
How long has she gone to the school? Like since like
fourth grade?
Since like fourth grade. Yeah, since like fourth grade. Can't even remember what's in the town. I've been here since 4th grade, and I know this town like the back of my hand.
I'll go to Tennessee Gatlinburg once and remember the place in the back of my hand.
Gatlinburg's easy to remember, though.
Oh, I could do it with any place I've gone to. Like, every time we go on a
big towns like that, like, I can remember the layout of Niagara Falls right now.
Nice.
There, at the town, there's all the way on the end, right here, there's the falls. Then there's a street that goes to the left if you're facing this way, which is, like, the hotel we were in, the Hershey store, and some other shops like the Hard Rock Cafe. To the right, if you go that way, it's more viewings of the Niagara Falls and like a zip line. And then if you go up, it's like there's a bunch of shops and everything. And then I think if you go, while you're on that road, if you go, depends on what direction. If you're walking up from the Niagara Falls, I think it's to the left. There's a bunch of like there's a fun center with like a bunch of different kinds of golf and stuff and bowling and arcades and Gatlinburg easy. It's a bunch of streets with shops.
Yeah, but I mean just Gatlinburg. I meant like any place I've gone to.
Gatlinburg I went to Tennessee Gatlinburg. How many times have you been to Gatlinburg?
That's a good question. Maybe 5 or 6.
I went one time. I want to go more.
We'll drive there, and every time, like, drive through the town. Because, like, I remember my first time going to South Carolina. I already knew the way. Because, like, from the resorts is on the coastal line, and then everything else is inland, and it's kind of like a weird maze to get to everywhere. You good? No more.
What? My butt not thick enough?
You're giving me a headache.
Hold on. I'll call Parker and ask if I have a thick butt.
Can the episode be named Thick? Question mark?
Snow and Aiden's thick? Question mark?
Snowy arse?
Snowy arse. Arson? Watch her not pick up, even though she just called me like 2 minutes ago.
Set on arse.
That's my mother.
Do you want her on a podcast?
I'm going to decline that.
Okay. You're going to get nagged at now. Oh, boy.
Yeah, Parker's not picking up, so I think this is honestly a good place to end. This episode is also all over the place, but who cares? We're having fun.
It's super.
We're for sure going to have a guest next episode.
We better have a guest next episode.
We better. Or
I'm going to go to Dillinger's house personally.
And kill him.
Yeah, with his own crippled spine.
This has been the Our Last Brain Cells podcast, and I and Allison will see you guys next.